Yeah, I'm late. I haven't even gotten Zoom going yet. That's how late I am. Just behind. Frustrated. Now Zoom is up and running. Oh look, my hair looks lovely. And Chris Garrett's gonna make it in on the first try. Imagine that. Boy, that's pretty good. There's Chris.
Hey.
Hey, Chris.
Huh?
Huh?
I didn't know if it would come right in or not if I just waited on host, but that's what I did, and I guess it came in.
It does.
I just waited on host, but that's what I did, and it does. I guess you're live.
I am. I just got to make sure it's not myself that's making it feedback, and it doesn't look like it is. So.
I am. I just got to make sure it's not myself that's making it feedback.
That would be one great guy that needs to mute his microphone. Yeah. Hey, there's Jeff. Good to see you, Jeff. I wish the news you provided me about 20 minutes ago was better than it was, but it is really good to see you. I hope you're at home, or if they're still letting you stay there, let them, as long as you can. That would be good too. Greg, I muted you.
Yeah, that was my fault.
So we'll call the docking of the pay and the docking of the sound even. Then how's that?
Okay. All right.
Oh. Yeah, I just kind of figured tonight was going to be a debacle. She texted me about the second I'm walking out the door, and she says, "You don't need to be here until 10:20. Oh, great. Nice. That just messes the entire night up. I get there right at 10:20, and where you at? Send a message. Where you at? Oh, knock shift's not here yet. You said 10:20, so what's going on? So she went across the way into the other area, and the girl that was scheduled to work in her department, her area, decided she didn't want to work there, so she went to the other area and was working there. So they've got a staffing issue for sure.
Yeah.
So thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. I kind of pieced that back together last night. There's a couple little things I need to do for adjustments, but for the most part, I like how it looks and I like how it runs. So
yeah, I liked it too.
Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. I bet the two twins are still talking. I got a message earlier today. They had been yakking all day. I guess Josh went out and bought a controller for his N64 emulator, whatever he put on his computer last night.
Hopefully he got the right controller for that emulator.
I don't know. The only thing I was told is he got one. I guess at a local game place there in his area. Hey, VH Ringer's in the house. Is my competition still going? I noticed Carey.
No, it's not.
Carey stopped?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Finally. Yeah, I was watching him for a while, and I started watching Catherine's October video where she's changing the CPU.
Mm-hmm.
Those cats would get into my nerves.
Yeah, they'd be finding a cage or something outside or something, while I was working. That's for sure.
Or new home.
Or new home, yeah. Yeah, I was watching a little bit of Carey. My Fire Stick went out tonight. Nothing was working, so I contacted those people, and they got it about 80% working. I don't have a guide right now, but I can live without a guide. That's not a make or break issue for me. I would like to have the guide, but they couldn't get it to work. There we go. I need to move to my right, which means I need to hit the left button. There we go. Oops, got clean clothes on the bed. Gotta go back a little bit. There we go.
Where is Alex and Josh?
I imagine they're still talking, Chris. In all sincerity,
on the phone.
No, on the Zoom. I imagine they're still yakking away on Zoom.
He's probably got Alex remote in, setting up the controller buttons.
Well, he already did that because I sent him a link to work from home for AT&T, and then let me see what he said. It's working great after I programmed it into the software. So
yeah,
I guess he got it going.
Yeah, you got to set the up, down, left, and right, the A and B button to select and start. And it programs a code in for each one of those.
Yeah, I can imagine. So anyway, I'm waiting on her, so I didn't know how much time I have. I started watching Gigi's, and they're doing she plays a snippet of a song. People have to guess what the song was. I was 3 for 3, but because I'm an outsider, I didn't get any recognition for getting the song right. Don't bother me none.
Damn, I'm going to have to open up the front door. It's getting hot in here. It's 76 degrees.
I don't know what our temperature is. It's cold outside, but inside it's comfortable.
It's 56 out right now. It's 67.
We are 37 degrees, and I don't know what it is in the house. I'd have to go look. I turned the fan on last night in the bedroom, and I'm like, this ain't working right. And then I realized that the blades were spinning wrong. They were pulling air up instead of pushing air down.
Yeah, you got to correct it in the summertime.
Yep. So
I got the HVAC tech coming tomorrow. Supposed to be here at 11. They said 7:30. I said, that's too early. I didn't get up till 11:30 today.
Hey, Ken, Greg, and Chris.
Hi, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
I was up at 6, and again, I had that fleeting thought of what in the world am I doing up at 6 o'clock? And went back to bed and got up at 12:05. And they are still zooming on Alex's Zoom. That's funny. They've been going at it quite a long time today, I imagine.
They're probably playing a game.
Yeah, I mean, Josh sent me a text of one of the games he was playing. I found it kind of funny. That's not the funniest thing, though. It says, Mushroom Cup, something, congratulations, you placed in first. You're awarded the gold cup. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Probably not, because the screen's too wide.
Yeah, we can see most of it, yeah.
Yeah, so, and my sister, she sends me a message with a picture of something about my grandma, and I said, yeah, I agree with that. About 2 hours later, she says, why are you answering me in PM? I'm like, well, you sent me a PM. Why wouldn't I answer you in PM? And she goes, no, I put that on everybody's Facebook page. I'm like, I took a screenshot of the PM, sent it to her, said, I got it in a PM. And then she sends me back a message. She goes, you need to get your Facebook checked out. It's got something wrong with it. I'm like, I sit back, I'll do that.
I'll put it number 1 on my do list.
First thing I'm doing the next Tuesday of next week. So how'd everybody's day go?
Doing a little bit good.
I sat here and got everything transitioned over from Charleston to here finally. Got all the bills that needed to be transferred. Got all the bills that needed to be set up. Juggled some dollars around on the budget a little bit of planning on that. I got about $16.11 to play with still. Don't know where that's going to go. My pocket, maybe. They always say you should pay yourself first, right?
Yeah.
So, is the clocks? Yeah, the clocks look like they are still running, but I did lose. I did watch a little bit of Carey earlier tonight while I was waiting on him to figure out what's up with that stupid Fire Stick. Well, they did get it back to where I can see it, and the time got set properly, and all the stations that I like are there, so I'm not too upset. The guide, yeah, she uses it quite a bit. I don't need it. So I see Jeff says that the computer's still working. To the best of our knowledge, it is still working.
What PC is that?
The new one, Joshua's.
Oh.
The computer that Jim built for Josh.
Yeah. The one they keep adding more and more and more and more and more and more onto.
Yeah.
That would be it, yes. Yeah, Matthew, actually it is the thunderstorm from last night. Good catch. Good catch. I just kind of liked how that looks. I thought I would use that as the thumbnail for tonight's stream. I don't have anything showing competition at all, so the bad thing was I get really interested in what Carey was saying, and then they would text in about what was going on and want me to do something on the Fire Stick, so I'd have to pause the stream. By the time I got back, I was completely lost. I gave up on that. That reminded me, who's this Alex Cheak guy that wants in the waiting room?
In the waiting room.
Yeah, I'm going to need references, I believe. I'm going to be like Gary Cole in Office Space. Yeah, I'm going to need you to go down to the basement. You guys ever see that movie?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's a dumb, dark, silly, stupid comedy. Jennifer Aniston, Gary Cole, Ron Livingston are about the three basic stars, and it's funny. It really is funny. Well, Your Highness, thank you for gracing us with your presence.
You're welcome.
Glad you could fit us in your schedule.
Oh, that's funny.
It's all your fault for not telling me sooner.
Oh, my fault?
Yes.
I gotta hear this. Why is this my fault?
Well, because maybe I thought you was going to change. You was going to send out emails to change the password.
Oh, well, no. That is still bouncing around in my head. And I haven't made a decision yet on that. And I really don't want to discuss it over the stream because, as we all know, people watch the stream. So, despite Alex's best efforts, I delivered a working computer.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so true. That
Oh,
is,
yeah.
He was watching Carey, and he made a comment, something about a computer exploding.
yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
I was not watching Carey.
I'm talking about somebody else.
Yeah, no. That was a good one, Chris, I like that one. And then he kind of changed his tune a little bit. Hey, Stealth Mode, haven't seen you in a while. Good evening to you, sir. How's Florida? I just cannot get comfortable with this chair tonight.
I'm gonna open the front door. It's hot.
I got this fan running on the medium speed. It's warm in here.
I finally talked Josh into setting up a Zoom account.
Oh, you did?
So now, whenever you send, if you ever need to do a meeting that doesn't have the password attached to it, it requires a sign in. He can join.
Okay. Well, as long as he can click on something and join, that's fine, right?
Right.
And depending on which way I go, I still don't agree with mass punishment. If I change something, you guys suffer. You guys have got to go through 1 or 2 or 3 days of getting used to doing it the new way. And I'm not I'm not against it yet, but I'm not exactly for it yet either. Um, it's probably 80% for changing it and 20% at this time for not changing it. I'm still, I got a couple days to think about it. So a couple people have reached out to me and expressed their opinions, and I'm taking that under consideration and advisement, and we'll go from there.
TBD, to be determined.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Hey, Tim,
Yes.
look what I got.
Yeah, we heard.
I was expecting some joystick looking thing, actually. That's just like a regular controller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that plugs into the computer?
Yep.
Yes, it sure does.
Guess I'm a
I
little bit.
thought he didn't game.
Hey, Wintermute. Huh?
I thought he didn't game.
that's a real controller.
Boy, well, a little bit we can see it's red and square and old.
Yeah. But I've been playing games on my computer ever since I came home. Well, after I got up from my little cat nap.
Yeah. We've been playing real games, not these new modern games. The Nintendo 64 games.
Are you saying that games today aren't real games, Alex? Is that what you're saying?
They're not violent games.
No, but don't you think that the generation of kids today that play those games would look at the old games that you guys are used to playing and say, well, those aren't real games?
Yeah.
Well, one benefit to the old games, the N64 games and NES games, is that they're literally only like 20 megs a piece. They're not like these newer games that are 50, 100 megs, and if you try downloading it on my internet connection, it brings my internet connection to its knees because it's trying to transfer the data as fast as it can.
So he's got the emulator. What do you call it? For NES and
The one for N64 I've always used and always heard of is called Project 64.
that's what I'm using.
And it plays just like it would play on a Nintendo 64?
Right.
Okay. Still not my cup of tea, but if it works and it plays and you're happy with it, then cool.
I never thought I would be playing Nintendo 64 games on my new computer on a 21-inch flat screen. It would be cool to play Mario Brothers on a computer.
You can they've got software that you can download to get a Retro Pi. They got or Raspberry Pi rather. They got software called a Retro Pi that will let you use your Raspberry Pi to play old games like that, and you can plug a controller in.
Sorry, I just gotta ask. What about cherry pie?
Well, what about pecan pie? I happen to like pecan. Well, I used to before I became diabetic. That was my pie right there.
We say pecan here.
Pecan or pecan.
But they don't have a pecan pie, but there is actually another device a similar device called an orange pie.
Orange pie. Orange pie, you said?
Yes.
Ugh.
Orange pie without the E.
Oh, okay. A little play on 3.146728593 whatever.
I guess I suppose. I guess.
What
I
little bit?
like deep dish apple pie.
Oh,
Yeah,
Live stream with Tech Deals last week on a live stream, and I don't know. I got smart and I told him I got a 24-inch monitor, and he got pissed off at me. He said, "That's not big. Come down to Dallas. We got 35, 40-inch monitors down here. Go
I
on."
wonder what he would think of my 17-inch monitor.
He wouldn't like. He's
Well,
he's into big things, big vehicles. Everything to him has to be big.
let me see if I've
Yeah,
got a.
Get a
Let me see.
30-inch monitor and be happy.
Let me see if I've
What
got
do I do with a
something
30-inch
here.
monitor? It's too big for me. He didn't like that, so I dropped the subject.
most of
The
that
monitor I have is over a decade old, but it's all that will fit in my little hole. It's all that will fit on my shelf where I've got it. Nothing else will fit there.
Most of that land that burned yesterday was a wildlife management area. And there might have been some people that lost pine trees. I wonder if they get insurance for that.
Oh, I'm sure they are insured. If it is it private?
Well, the Pine Trees is like a company, LLC, owned by some kind of company. I see it on the tax map right now. And
Uh-oh.
then some of it's the wildlife management.
I mean, I'll be okay if you change the password. Just give it to the professor so he can put it in the notes. Because we have a note thing with all the Zoom things. We have one with your name on it. We have one with Doug's name on it. We have one with the professor's name on it.
Yep. If that bridge ever gets crossed, I will let you know.
You know, he made me happy today because he told me the other day he was going to go. He said the other day he was going to go to camp for a month. Well, turns out he's only going to go to camp for the weekend.
Okay, now we
So
can talk about.
I ain't got to be worried about him for the whole month while he's gone.
Well, I'm sure you two will figure out some way to hook up some kind of gizmo so you guys could talk on Zoom while he's gone.
No, we can't. We won't be able to do that because where he's going, he don't have any cell phone service.
Not even cellular?
No.
Wow. So, Alex, we'll discuss your monitor problem now. Rick has a 24-inch monitor. You have a 17-inch monitor. We will subtract 17 from 24 and come up with 7. So his friend in Texas is probably not going to like your monitor.
Well, I have technically I have two monitors, a 32-inch TV and this HP 17-inch decade.
Oh, so now it becomes algebra. Let me go find an algebra picture. Be right back.
So I've got about, I don't know, what is it, about
49 inches if you add the two together.
40 something inches of monitor.
49, I believe, based on the numbers you told me. You say 32, 17?
17 and 32.
Yeah, 49. You can check my mouth with your calculator you have there, that's scientific and all that, but pretty sure it's that.
My brain says.
No, I'm so tired of working with numbers today and the calculator and just... And one card didn't get paid right the way it was supposed to, but it was Amazon, and they were pretty cordial about giving the late feedback, so I appreciated that. They too.
I was about to watch me take a nap today.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
What's that?
He didn't even realize he was on Zoom. And when he was out on Zoom, I was watching him take a nap.
And you didn't record it?
No.
Oh my
But I
goodness.
could have. I even pulled up a scary, like a Halloween scary soundtrack or something, and tried to scare him, and it didn't work.
So I'm hoping
Like
that stealth mode is
scary
asking.
maze videos where you look at the screen for 30 seconds and it pops out and scares you.
Yeah.
That didn't even work.
Well, if he was, yeah, I mean, if he's asleep, that's not going to work. But so I'm not sure if stealth mode is asking if BH Ringer got wet snow or if stealth mode is saying they got wet snow in Florida today. This will be interesting to see how that goes. Hopefully it was BH Ringer got the wet snow.
I don't think Florida got snow.
They have before.
Yeah, I know,
But I think we would have heard about it on the news if they did.
No, the wet snow would be rain.
Okay. How you feeling today?
Not too shabby.
Good to hear. I wonder if Jeff is still with us. He's still at the hospital. It was good to see him pop in earlier in the chat room.
I guess Jim left. He made a comment he saw lightning while he was in Carey, so he might have had a thunderstorm.
Jim was in our chat room briefly, but since I got a late start, he probably won't join tonight as well.
Well, he was saying in the Carey's chat that there was lightning, so.
Did you guys hear
My
any?
wife would have joined us. My wife would have joined us on the phone, but we got started too late.
Anybody hear any kind of a loud boom today, earlier in the day?
Yeah, you heard that too?
I didn't hear it, but apparently a lot of other people did. It's being,
What in the world?
they speculated it was a meteorite exploding, is what I read.
It was different than a sound barrier.
I didn't hear it, so I don't know.
Nothing
Cause
here.
it kind of been on for a little bit.
Maybe it was when you were having a nap, Rick.
Do
I
I?
didn't take a nap today.
No?
I took a nap today.
We heard.
On camera.
Alex is uploading the video tomorrow. It'll be his most watched video ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be called. It's going
I
to be.
didn't even think to record it, or I would probably upload it.
It's going to be called. This is the improper way to install Windows 11. Brought to you by. I seen that was a little bit of discussion tonight over in Carey's channel.
I don't know. I barely watched any of it.
I was trying to keep up with it, but it was just hard to do doing two different things at one time. I just wish they would have reset it or done something on their end and kept me out of doing everything that they wanted me to do. Would have been somewhat simpler, but bottom line is it basically works, so all is well.
Because he was trying to watch Carey, talk to me, and play a game all at the same time.
Who, Josh?
Yes.
Man,
Yeah.
and you didn't record that either?
Nope.
Gosh, did you hear a meteor explode?
Nope.
It says something about Pittsburgh.
I didn't hear anything about it.
It's on a news site from Pittsburgh.
I was sleeping.
Yeah. You must have been out pretty good then if there was a meteorite exploded and it didn't even phase him.
Well, if we heard it in Georgia, then he must have really been out then.
Well, I didn't hear it, but my sister apparently heard it because she asked me about it, and then I did a little bit of research, and apparently that's what they think it was. I have no clue. None whatsoever.
You ordered that Stream Deck yet, Ken?
What?
Have you ordered your Stream Deck
What?
yet?
I can't hear you.
Your Stream Deck.
Can you speak up a little bit? I can't hear you. Alex, are you? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Is anybody else hearing Alex?
No.
No, I didn't order the Stream Deck yet. Come on, Alex. How long have you known me? Do I make quick decisions? No. Took 6 years before I decided I was going to marry Lorna. And that just basically came because we got tired of listening to her family going, when are you guys going to get married? When are you guys going to get married? So we got married.
It took my mom and dad 4 years.
Did they have pressure from outside influences, though?
I don't remember. I remember how they met, though.
Was it a dark and stormy night?
No.
No?
He was moving his sister in to the apartment right next door to us. He said something along the lines of, at the time I was at my grandma's and she would come pick up me and take our van and leave her vehicle at my house. He noticed that and said something about the license plate, because it was her church license plate, and she explained that that's her mom's car because I was with her. And so basically they met because he was moving his sister in to the apartment next door.
So I could order the Stream Deck right now and be here at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's still $130, and the MK.2, which is nothing more than a USB-A to USB-C connector, is $149. Same Stream Deck, just a different means of connection.
Yeah, and that ain't gonna do you any good if your computer doesn't have any USB-C port on it.
Pretty sure it doesn't. And you're right, it would not. Or I could go with this great combination and get the 15 macro keys and a 1080 60 full HD webcam for $319, which I don't need. Oh, here, wait a minute. Here we go. This one. What's the deal with this one? This one's.
Why are you yawning? You've been asleep all day.
He needs oxygen, according to certain people in the world. I'll go back and check that out in a little bit.
If my mom didn't take her stay awake pill that she takes, she could literally sleep all day and all night.
And how old is she?
How old is she? She's 59.
Yeah. A little young to be sleeping all day, but that's great. He knows.
Yeah, it's on my fault for keeping you up till 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm gonna send BH Ringer a link and have him look at something for me and see what he thinks. Well, maybe I'm gonna send him a link.
I'm gonna be just listening.
Well, okay, BH Ringer, if you can hear me,
Yes.
you should have an email.
I had lots of emails, right?
Well,
I got over 2,000 in my inbox.
oh, I don't see how you can put up with that.
I got 41.
How many of them are unread, Alex? 2,000.
A whole bunch.
Oh.
I probably say 95% of them are unread.
I've got 63 in my primary, and of those 63, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those are from when I paid all the bills and I got that stupid little thank you for scheduling your payment. So subtract that. I'm under 50, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more from this month's when I scheduled them that I need to delete.
Well, I found out today that the job I applied for, the last job I applied for at the college, is still open, and they haven't hired anybody yet. And they only had 6 people apply, and they've had the job open for a month already.
So they're apparently not in any hurry to.
Shit.
Well, wrong screen there, Greg.
The hell did I do?
Don't know. I think you were trying to show us your email, but health.
Especially maybe a agreement finally.
Yeah, he was telling us about that. Do you have to scroll down to the bottom to get your total?
No, it's usually up here at 41 or 42. It's only 2 pages.
Yeah.
They're all red. Down in order. Supposedly supposed to be here.
Yeah.
No, that's my credit for being late.
That's nice. Yeah, we've got a couple things for Lorna on recurring order, and we got an email today saying one of the things that's recurring is not going to be delivered because they're currently out of stock on it.
Ordered that in February.
Hey, Gary.
It looks pretty good. I like that. I can see how it looks now. Okay, that looks all right.
Got Windows 11 down here. Doing great.
Somebody's got their YouTube volume on.
Well, I wonder who that might be. That looks pretty good, actually. I like how the text comes in. The clocks might need to be thinned down a little bit. Zoom looks to be about right. Yeah, I like that.
Come a long way on here.
Oh, yeah. I'm still learning it. Still piecing things together and.
Oh yeah, you can actually use the backgrounds now, Dawson. Since I've made you.
I know, that's why I put my Windows 11 thing up.
Yeah. Look, if before we know it, he's going to be doing streams every night, and I'm going to have more competition.
Oh, and by the way, his internet is still consistent at least 100 megs down and 35 to 40 up.
Yeah.
So we definitely at all different times of the day, it's about that same speed about all the time. So we know that there's not just a whole ton of people over there using the internet, especially since he was able to get like 500 or something crazy on the iPad.
Right. I wonder why he had weird numbers that one night then.
It's because of the which night are you talking about?
When they were so low. Hey, Gary.
Hello, what's up?
And
Because of the antennas. And before that, when he was using the Dell, it was because of the Dell and the HP. His laptop, it was simply because of the built-in Wi-Fi cord. It's just
Okay.
crappy.
All right. Well, you didn't have to worry about that now, right?
Right.
Good. Yeah, we're just catching up on the day's events of Alex and Joshua being on Zoom since 7:30 this morning. Josh falling asleep.
Not quite. But he did text me at 7 o'clock this morning.
What time did you start your Zoom?
Probably. Well, I started it and ended it and started it again and ended it. I'd probably say I probably started it about 2 o'clock.
Do they have a mayor in your town?
Mm-hmm.
Alex, do they have a mayor in your town?
A mayor?
Yes.
Yes.
You should run for it.
Why would you say something like that for?
When you go back and watch the stream at this point in time, and I ask you how long were you streaming, you answer that perfectly like a politician.
I've not been practicing.
There you're natural. I'll vote for you.
I'll vote for you.
Well, none of y'all's votes matter because you don't live in my town, so none of y'all's votes matter.
We can make a fake email account.
I'm guessing if my
Besides, they're saying you don't have to live there to vote now.
if my vote don't matter, he don't need to be on the Zoom. He can just go think about that in the waiting room for a minute.
I don't even see it.
Oh, I better let him back in.
Uh-huh.
Election machines are known to be hacked, so we can probably get Alex in there.
Yeah, I think we can.
Every time I say something, you must have your hand on the mouse ready to click the button.
No. I've got a stream deck. I just hit. It's called waiting room. Boom, you're gone.
Well, then you lied because you said you didn't have a stream deck.
I don't. I don't have a stream deck, but I like that idea. So when you program that for me, I got to pay real good attention because I'm pretty sure you're not going to program it to put yourself in the waiting room.
I don't know if you. That may be one of the features that may be one of the things that you can't program it for.
I'm telling you, he's going to be the mayor of Sheraton before he. I'm telling you, he's going to make it.
He's trying real hard.
So you told me it can do everything and anything I can do on the computer. Yes.
Yeah, I did.
So if I can click the button and put you in the waiting room, can I not program the stream deck to put you in the waiting room?
Maybe, but I haven't done any research on that topic.
Program one of the keys to change directory /Windows /delete star.
Got it. I got that written down somewhere. So what you're telling me then, Alex, is I don't have the ability with the stream deck to do this? Would you like some company? Just shake your head yes if you would. Okay, got it. There you go. You got company. You guys can. I don't think I can unmute you. Do I? Do I have that ability to unmute them or not? I need to check into that.
You should as the host. You can mute them, you can unmute.
Yeah, unmute themselves is an option. I think it's in the main account because it's not in the little security tab here. Alex would know. Can I set that up to where I can unmute you guys?
No.
Not even on the main. Excuse
You
me.
only have the option to mute people individually.
Okay.
You have the option to mute everybody and make it so we can't unmute ourselves.
But nowhere in the main account, there's nowhere that I can go in there and set it where I can unmute people as well.
You can ask to let me correct myself. You can ask to unmute.
Okay.
We'll send people a message and let them ask them to unmute. Or you can, if you stop somebody's video, you can ask to start video.
Oh yeah, I just hovered over Chris Garrett and it says ask to unmute. Okay.
But you can't actually start somebody's microphone or start somebody's video if you have to ask.
Well, the only way to stop the video is put you over in the waiting room, right?
No, it's not. It's
Really?
only participants. You can hover over my name, go to more, and click on stop video.
I did
But
not.
do you know why that is a rule?
I did not know that.
Because in most, or in 37 states, you need two-party rule to listen to a conversation. And you would only need one.
Yeah, I wonder how YouTube and streaming is affecting that actually.
YouTube is one thing, but Zoom is usually known parties like work or something, or relatives. So it's where you can get, you know.
Yeah.
I won't be around for the guys stream on Saturday. I gotta help out at my church at the homelessness place.
I started my Zoom meeting this morning at 6:30.
I must have missed my invitation.
Wasn't inviting people like you, inviting people at work.
Darn it.
And they wish they weren't invited.
How many people did you have on there? 50?
Over 200.
Damn.
How many of those 200 had their video on?
All of them.
Is it a requirement? Y'all required to have their video on?
No, I required it. I is me. It's good to be the king.
That's because he's the big dog. He can do that.
You just gotta go to college and get old when you do that.
So
No,
BH.
I had a meeting across town today. It wasn't a big deal. I had a semi park in front of the garage door where I parked.
Wow, you made it through the night. You don't look too bad.
Hello.
How was the party?
Pretty good. We went to Portillo's for lunch, and then I have some pizza for dinner. Biagio's, the best pizza I could find in Southern California.
Oh, let me grab a slice.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, pepperoni pizza, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I had mushrooms and onions, sausage on it.
That's good too.
Pretty good.
How you guys doing?
Good. How was your mom's birthday?
Pretty good. We had a whole day. We got her some pot, and then
You got your
we went
mom
to
some
Portillo's.
pot. She sounds pretty cool.
Oh, she's awesome. She's great. She's great. You know, it's legal here. We don't have to go through any nonsense. So
Yeah, true.
we just went to an industrial park. We ordered it online and picked it up, and then we went to Portillo's for some beef sandwiches, Chicago-style hot dogs, and then we were home. I watched the Bulls play. It was a good game tonight. They won in overtime. And here I am with you lovely people.
I probably really can't critique your choice of where to go to enjoy the pots that you got, but I'm thinking an industrial park, not on the top of the list.
It's you know, it's the zoning, whatever that is, and it's cool. It beats buying from the cartel and
Yeah. So BH Ringer, did you get a chance to look over that?
Yeah, I'm not too sure if I got the right one. It shows up at 149 here in my place.
Yeah, go down about 3. There's one for 119. Or 4. 3 or 4 down. I've already closed that tab out. Well, it sounds like you had a good day. That's cool. Man, I appreciate you joining us here tonight again, as I do Greg and Rick and Alex. Well, we'll come back to Alex. Gary, Chris, Josh.
Thank you for having me. It's I'm happy to join you guys.
Alex is getting ready to run for mayor of Sheraton. He would like to have your vote. He's going to give you some spiel about you can't do it, but we'll get him in there.
Josh sent me a picture of the router modem thing he's got where he's at, and it's just like I expected. It's the normal. It's the piece of crap Comcast.
He snuck in there and got a picture of it?
Combo router deal.
What did you do? Get a picture of it?
Yes.
Well, share. We want to know.
What model is it?
Yeah. What? Just you're holding out on us.
I can actually share it.
You can't share the picture?
I can.
Well, that's, I think, what I said.
I thank you for picture, Tim.
Thank you. So Jim says Alex is in and out of Zoom more than Richard Simmons in his house full of closets, and he's in and he's out. Pretty good, pretty good. I noticed I'm just a little behind. I got to play Doug every now and then, go catch up on chat.
Okay, now that you said, how old was Richard Simmons?
Oh my gosh. Without Googling it, I'm going to say he's, how old?
I say 68.
I put him in his
73.
70s.
73.
Yeah, that's
close.
That's it right there.
It's a strange looking. They have the network name on it. It's funny.
Well, they change that. Looks like it's got a QR code. So if you had it set with the default
That
name.
QR code doesn't work.
Yeah, that's what I had to do with my Netgear router, my Nighthawk. On the box, I've had a QR code, and to start up the setup process, you had to take a picture of take the whatever with that code, and somehow it started the setup process on that.
That QR code doesn't even work.
So where'd you find who made it?
It says it on there. It says on the property of Comcast.
Okay, show me again.
You know, Comcast don't make routers. They get it.
Yeah.
What's that? Don't think they do.
They don't.
Yeah, that's just.
I think we need to have to jump. I think Gary wants to do the router again.
Okay, where are you seeing property of Comcast?
right down there at the bottom. It says property of Comcast, not for resale. Removing this sticker or tampering with this equipment is a violation of federal and state law. You have to really look at that bot. You have to blow that bottom stuff up.
Really?
Really.
It's second line down, but it doesn't say who it is.
No, it just says it's property of Comcast. It doesn't say.
It could be property of Garrett, but it doesn't tell you what it is.
True. But we know his password is answer 4556 Brook.
Hopefully they changed it.
Let's hope.
Now they changed it because it shows that if you hover over the network icon, it shows a different name that he's connected to on the Wi-Fi. So they've changed it.
Yeah, Alpha Farm 1 is the name of the network. Now, we have the password with its network.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Let's see what it is. Just out of curiosity. See if that comes up. Gigi. Oh.
I'm gonna go make some popcorn. I'll be back.
He must be expecting us to get good or something if he's going to go get popcorn. You need that displayed anymore, Gary?
No, I said thank you. No.
Yeah, we're better than a movie or a TV show.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I don't know, that's debatable.
My wife might join us on Thunder March and to go meet her.
Well, if they ever have an award show for us, we can't be slapping people on the stage, okay? Just saying.
Fine. That was a setup, and you guys know it, and they know it.
Yeah, I said that from the beginning, but I don't know.
First of all, if you're really that mad enough to go up on the stage, you'd slug him, not slap him. Oh, ooh. And first thing with Jadis Pinkett Smith, you'd ask, hey, who the hell were you sleeping with last night, bitch? Remember they have an open marriage?
Yeah, true. Allegedly.
If you can, if you really ever wanted more people in here in the Zoom, I could put, since I do the Sunday morning announcements on the PowerPoint on the screen every morning, I could put your email or whatever on the PowerPoint at church if you.
I appreciate the offer, but do you honestly think some of your church parishioners are going to join my Zoom?
I'm just messing with you.
Uh-huh.
Can
you see my hand?
Are you a sprinkler or a dunker?
Can you see this? Count to 3.
Hey, Alex, are you a sprinkler or a dunker?
What do you mean?
For baptism, a sprinkler or a dunker?
Well, I'm a Baptist, and Baptist, in Hebrew it means to dunk, so we're dunker.
Some do define it as sprinkling, though.
True. Now, count to 3.
I'm not so sure that I want to. I don't know what it means.
Okay, count backwards from 1,000.
Count from 3 backwards. Just 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Maybe he'll learn not to mess with me. Kid's got a good sense of humor, though. He's learning quickly.
So how's the computer working? Is that just laughing, or is there something I shouldn't know?
No, I was laughing at Alex.
Well,
that was a good one. I give you credit.
If you was joining my Zoom meeting, every time you put me in the waiting room, I would put you in the waiting room.
Note to self: never join Alex's Zoom meetings. Okay.
Yeah, I've gotten smart because the other night when we were streaming, Josh broadcasted my Zoom creds all over YouTube. So I started. It was just me and him in there. I started locking the thing so no one else can come in.
Yeah, I haven't locked it in a long time. There hadn't really been a need to lock the meeting so far. I mean, I could do it tonight and do away with 1 or 2 or 3 little dings I may or may not get later on, but I don't know. I will make that decision by Sunday night. I'll tell you that much. I'll give it the weekend and
What decision is that?
on whether I'm going to make a change to the way I'm doing things right now.
Did you hear back from Catherine?
Have not, actually, now that you mention that, which is really odd because she's usually really good about getting back to me. But I think, and I don't want this to sound like an excuse, I think they have an awful lot of internet issues down there.
Yes, she's talked about that before.
Where?
In Colombia, South America.
Nah. That's one of the best countries going. They got no crime.
No, none.
Not compared to Detroit.
Or Chicago. Or Pine Bluff.
Yeah, it's not even funny comparing it to.
Nope, she didn't answer my email and she didn't answer the message, so.
Chicago's fine. You just stay out of the gating territories. It's not the war zone. The media will tell you it is. You know, if you're traveling there, you're going to be on Michigan Avenue. You're going to be on State Street, LaSalle. You're not going to see any of that shit.
Yeah, we got a place in Detroit. I wouldn't go.
I can narrow that down quite a bit. I just wouldn't go to Detroit. Nothing personal, Gary.
No, I'm not afraid. I wouldn't go. Nothing scares me about Detroit.
And I do not like going to Chicago. Lorna's cousin lives in Chicago, and we visited 3 times, and um, hated all 3 trips. I mean, it was good visiting family. Don't misunderstand me, but in Chicago itself, I just absolutely hated it. And then what scared me even worse is she said, "Well, we'll go over here to this Filipino place," and of course, I'll drive. I know where I'm going. Oh my God. I've only been scared about 3 times in my life when someone drives, and that was one. I just sat in the back seat going, "We're gonna hit. We're gonna hit. We're gonna hit."
Well, our preacher's wife had people coming over to, our preacher and his wife had people coming over to visit, and they, Pine Bluff, which is a city about 30 minutes from me, gets a real bad rap. It's probably considered the worst city in Arkansas, and their company was from out of town, saw it on the map and said, "Oh, let's stay here." And then when they talked to the preacher's wife, she said, why you staying there? That's the worst place you possibly could have stayed."
Made me think of something, but I forgot what I was going to say now.
My wife went without me to a bar mitzvah tonight, and the young man, and this part isn't a joke, obviously 13, he built his own computer about the past 2 or 3 weeks. And a lot of whispering went on.
Yeah, I'm just like the professor.
The gentleman that worked for his father got him a 3080 graphics card.
Why such a low graphics card? Why didn't he get something a little bit higher end?
Because
Jokes on him, the 4080's coming out soon.
There was no 3090s in stock. They tried. And my wife got him gift certificates from Amazon for games.
Excuse me.
Because Dad didn't know what games he had.
I'm guessing it was a Grand Theft Auto.
I have no clue. Just 5 games.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 1, Grand Theft Auto 2.
In 2022, the kids still got fountain pens.
When my mom got me Grand Theft Auto for the PlayStation 2, she didn't realize what she was getting. I had gotten into it because I was staying the night over at one of my aide's houses at the time. My first aide that I had ever had. I was staying over at her house, and her husband had the game, and we was over there I was over there when he wasn't over there, and so me and her kids would get on his PlayStation and play it, and I told my mom I wanted it, and at the time she didn't realize what she was getting.
You know, one thing I wish Amazon would do is I wish they would make, when something is renewed or refurbished or redone or whatever, I wish it would be a little bit more noticeable that it is a refurbished or renewed product.
Why?
Is renewed in parentheses down at the bottom of the title not good enough for you?
One of my sons, where he works, they own a company that works for Amazon, and there's no such thing as renewed. Basically, that they looked at it. They don't test it.
Well, it says this pre-owned product has been professionally inspected, tested, and cleaned by Amazon qualified suppliers.
No,
That's just something I have to legally say.
Oh, is
they
it?
say tested, but what's tested mean? Chips. Let's say it was a chip.
Lights come on.
Where are they going to find a motherboard to test a chip on, or why would they spend so much time and take money out of it?
So I see why there's a $30 difference now. This one's used and the other one's brand new. Okay.
You still get 90 days to return it, though.
Exactly. The first time it comes, in other words, you right now say, I don't like, there's something wrong, or I like it, or blah, blah, blah. You send it back. The first time they send it back out, the second guy complains, then they take it out of rotation.
Well, unless you're Nexus Gamer or Gamer Nexus, whatever they were, and they get the same thing twice and it's broken both times. That would be my luck.
Did Amazon do that? Or they do Amazon?
Oh, I'm sure they have their moments as well.
No, they never say that they're not sending it. That's the key.
Yeah, it's true.
And most of, even the motherboards, most of them are screwed up. They still send them back for the money. Because right now, Amazon, I have not seen anything from people I know and myself they won't take back. I'm sure there is some, but Sledgehammer, oh, we'll still take it back.
How did that happen?
I shouldn't say that I know them, but I know of some people that I trust that I know that they're doing it. They buy something heavy enough and try to send it back. Because about half the time, if it's too heavy, they won't take it back.
And I've noticed sometimes on your YouTube stream, sometimes it'll say 720. Sometimes it'll say 720 P60 for 60 frames a second.
Right.
But sometimes it'll just show 720. Does that mean that when it only shows 720 that you've adjusted the frames per second? So it only is 30.
I don't change anything once I start, so I don't know what that is. Now, I've seen the same thing when I'm watching other people, so I don't know if that's not necessarily a YouTube deal or not. I have no clue. But to answer your question, once I get this up and running, the only thing I changed was the volume last night. Otherwise, I leave everything the way that it is. Right now, it should be running at 60 frames per second and 1080p, I believe.
Well, the top resolution is a 1080, but mine automatically defaults to 720 because that's all my TV can handle.
All Zoom can handle.
Hey, Tim,
Yes.
find a fan for that drive.
Do what now?
Did you find a fan for that drive?
What?
Remember that one of your drives were red?
You're looking for a fan?
Oh, I did not. I did obligation chores today. Some of us may know what those are. Some of us may not know what those are.
Honeydews, the chores your wife needs you to do?
No. She knows better than to give me a honeydew list. That's not going to happen. But she also gives me a glaring look and says I need to do certain things like fold the clothes, wash the dishes, take the trash out. No, I didn't look for a fan today, Josh, to answer your question. I've got fans. I just got to remember where they're at. Getting old. John Wayne?
Yeah.
I like this. Michael Jordan?
This is going to turn into Ken, you should change your title to Ken's Eating Show.
Well, we could do that. It's kind of interesting that you said that because while I was preparing dinner tonight, I was thinking if I set a camera up, I might be able to explain how to boil water to put macaroni into it, to boil the macaroni. That's what we had tonight was macaroni, cheese, and ham slices chopped up in there. It wasn't too bad.
Oh, just ham, not spam.
Jalapeno spam.
I'll give you one guess where my mouse is hovering right now.
Waiting room.
Young man, it's pork shoulder and ham. That's spam.
I thought it was sizzle pork and
Yeah.
How would Gary know? Because Gary don't even need him. Report it all.
Gary knows to sell it to people. I had a brother-in-law that was in charge of, I think that it was called Farmer Jack, and it was bought by Kroger. He said
I'm
it's
not
all,
supposed to eat meat right now because I'm not.
No, it was actually real ham, and I also chopped up a couple of brats and throw it in there as well, just to give it a little bit of flavoring.
Goodbye the jalapeno spam.
do they really have that?
Oh yeah. So tonight that drive is running at 42 degrees and it's blue. That is weird.
Dang.
Give it 5 minutes.
All right, we'll give it 5 minutes.
Maybe it was just a software glitch.
Uh-oh. Where did my clocks go? I don't know. Could have been. Let me move this over here. Gonna make this
So have you
full
decided
screen.
to switch to macro and flex yet?
Oh, I knew that question was coming up. No, I have not. I've not made any. I've not thought about that one little bit. The only thought I had on that was when Carey said he's working out a deal with the Cronus or something. I briefly went, and that was it. This is working. It's just I've got to remember to delete the old one. I have to go in and turn the protection off, delete it, and then turn the protection back on.
Which they took that away. They took that used to in macro and flex version 7. They used to have that protection in the free version, but they took it away in version 8.
You know what else they took away? The thing that makes my microwave for you so I can't annoy you.
Oh, that's Teamviewer.
Uh-huh.
That Ultra Viewer program, if I really wanted to, I could pay like $7 a month or a year or whatever it is. Pay for that and have that feature back.
No, that one drive last night that hit 51, it is running about 4 degrees hotter than the other ones. Can I refresh this somehow? That is truly interesting. Yeah.
Please take into consideration that my wife is blind.
Okay.
And that,
How's her hearing?
What's that?
How is her hearing?
She's blind if she wears a hearing aid.
Okay.
If she doesn't wear a hearing aid, she can't hear.
Okay. As long as.
But please take into consideration that she has a hard time putting the password in.
You should get the professor to hook her up as well. Good to know.
Not to Josh, not to take over for Tim, but until she gets the password, there's really not much you can do, is there, Ken?
What's that?
I don't know if she can see the icon to click on it to start it. I don't know.
I'm just saying I don't think you can do much until she gets the password and goes from there. Where it said you can let her into the chat or into the Zoom.
She's joined by phone last night. And she said she was going to join my phone tomorrow night because she was sleeping earlier tonight, so she takes a lot of medication.
Yeah, tomorrow night will be a very short, I will be out no later than 12:30 because I've got to be up at 6 the next morning and be down at my brother's house to help him out. So I will be, of course I'm saying this now, but
the vinyl schlepper.
All right, let's see here. My Saberin is running at 34 degrees inside. The other one, my 3 terabyte, 38 degrees. The backup drive is running at 28 degrees. And the other one is running at 41 degrees. So I have nothing in the red tonight. They all got health status of good. I don't know what was going on with that one last night. Honestly, no clue. It was weird.
If you remote into her iPad, Alex,
No. I can't help you with that one. I can't do that one. Only Doug can do that one.
maybe I'll have Doug to do it. Maybe.
Just out of curiosity, Alex, why can't you do it?
Because Teamviewer doesn't offer that option, and if they offer it, it's a paid for feature that I don't pay for.
Oh, okay.
Because they're paid for is not cheap. Is it, Alex?
No, it's not. I'm looking at this Ultra viewer that Carey had recommended one time, and it's only $7.99 a month.
How many months do you have to pay?
$7.99 a month, forever, as long as you want to use the software.
No, I mean you don't have to pay ahead of time or anything.
It's only at $7.99 a month, and it's unlimited. It's unlimited concurrent connections. Send files up to 8 gigabytes.
Why the hell did they put me back on Bing? I don't want Bing. I want Google.
Well, it's because you didn't. If you go into the search bar at the top, if you go into the address bar at the top and just start typing, it defaults to Bing. You didn't change the default search engine to Google.
Can you make it the default to open in Google,
Yes.
please?
Okay.
Thank you.
So did anybody get the notification of the 100th version of Google coming out today?
Yeah,
Actually, it's been out for about 4 days.
Yeah, I was
checking my
updated mine already.
Yeah, 100.4 or 0.4896.
I got a new tab today that says, "What's new in Chrome? Welcome to the 100th release of Chrome. Check out the new features."
but I keep checking my Chromebook to see if they got the update. They didn't get the update yet. Not really my Chromebook though, it's my wife. But
I got a semi technical question for just a group of people here. I overrode ER.
Gary, take a
I
breath.
decided that when you get let's say you're hiring 10 engineers, that you're going to get a number, not a name.
Okay.
So instead of saying Gary or Catherine, you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 out men. So you will review them on what's on their resume, not.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
Nothing. Just that I said that, set it up. So we have software that sees all the resumes before a person looks at it. So if you need AutoCAD, you need in your department, you need somebody that does AutoCAD. It checks. There was no AutoCAD on the list. It doesn't even pick the person.
Right. It's sure.
Or it may pick somebody that has 20 years of something else. You as the hiring manager for that department would decide what you want. Then Human Resources keys it into our software that we've had forever. And they've had this ability to send no names with it. And I figured that at least cuts down arguments. I found out that we got some problems in some other states. Somebody obviously went because of their name.
You ain't got to answer this message. I apologize. Oh, what was I looking at? What? Oh, gosh. I should not have done
I'm
that.
surprised you're not in bed yet, Douglas.
Oh, I'm surprised too now that you say that.
What are we surprised about? I was busy.
The Becker's not in bed yet.
It's only 11:17. He's got an hour or so to go.
Not according to my clock.
And then, Alex, a quick one for you about one of the things we changed. Before, and I didn't know this. This part is about IT, but I didn't know that they were doing this on me. Is people may have a job that can work from home except for 2 days a month or something. And before, it was either leaving it blank or saying work from work. That way you can always have, we're always covered was the way I said, well, is the job, is there a reason for them to be here every day? No. Why don't you put it down? So we have put most jobs that are work from home. But the point being, the reason I, beat up Alice for a second, is even though this said yes, if it's a job that could work from home, it definitely had that opportunity to work from home. And what we've also cleared now is take away the state. If it's not a job that specifically has to be in Texas, Tennessee, or a couple of big ones right now, doesn't care where the hell you're at. Or anybody, not just you. I mean, we even need a couple of machinists, and we need them where we need them. But if you want to move for the machinists.
And that move is going to come at their expense, more or less?
No, well, yeah, no, I shouldn't answer. Well, I can answer you guys. I know what I'm talking about, but no, it depends totally on the job. I mean, if it's.
I looked at one today, work from home, not for myself. I was just interested with AT&T, and they're paying a $3,000 hiring bonus for a work.
We're not that desperate, and I will say, just take a look at Google and take average salary for, let's say, C++ programmer in the Detroit area. At that rate, if you need $3,000 to hire, you don't need to work here.
Gary?
Yes, sir?
I like Google because when I'm searching for something, it comes up right away. I don't get no crap or fake websites. It comes up right away.
It would change a lot because we're getting up crazily high of how many people around the country we need.
Well, I think that's across all walks of life in the employment world, is it not?
From what I have quote read, yes, but it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
We're talking engineers with a master's degree at least and experience. So we're not talking $8 an hour. And we're not talking people that, sorry, I still live in Sheridan, Arkansas. We're talking big cities. Metropolitan areas like even Detroit. Don't count Detroit, there's 2 million people within 20 miles. It's crazy. You can't find somebody to work.
I agree. Well, it's just like the healthcare industry. They just can't. They, for whatever reason, can't find people to work, and the people they get to work don't show up to work. And they're paying them a decent wage, and staffing agencies are paying them pretty good money. I would think.
Not to brag, but we have unions there.
That's really rude.
I can't get it The easiest way to avoid this is to not use Edge and just use Google Chrome.
There you
I
go.
know.
What's the problem with it? I mean, I like it. What's the problem, Alex?
I can't get it to. He had set his homepage to Google, and I can't get it to go back to homepage to go back to Google, even though I set it like that.
Give me a second. I know damn well that works because I use Google, not.
Someone's bound to figure it out.
Because I will tell you, you already know, but what does the dang thing want? It wants Bing.
Yeah.
I hate Bing. Okay, go to privacy search and services.
I hate them too.
Okay.
Go to literally the very bottom. It's going to say address bar and search.
Okay, I see it.
And then hit it, and you'll come down and say search engine use.
Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for before. I just couldn't find it.
Yep. And then Google's the default.
Thank you.
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, that is one we can argue. It sounds like anybody really likes Spain.
Not even doesn't even like them either. Can you fix my problem?
And I don't know why you'd have YouTube as a search engine. You know, you might search for how to fix your computer, but for 90% of the stuff you would search Google for. And then Amazon, unless you're going to buy it. Is Yahoo still a search engine?
I have no clue.
Yes, it is.
Then I had played on my own, for myself.
I would remove things. You can't remove it. Yeah, you can.
DuckDuckGo. I've never got that worth anything.
My mom and dad use that because they're afraid of Google.
Well, I'll tell you a little secret. If you take, look, what's data is still sent there anyway. So
Yeah.
there is data sent everywhere with everything.
You can't get that thing out of there.
No, you can't remove it.
Huh.
But you should shut down Edge before he tries to keep that there. Because I've had problems with that. Okay. And since I went to DuckDuckGo for the heck of it, let's see.
While you're researching that, I'm going to shut the stream down. We're a little over an hour and 21 minutes. Good practice for tomorrow night. So if I miss anyone, I apologize. Matthew Camp, Stealth Mode, Tony Wallow, Jeff Ryman was there earlier in the day. Jim actually joined us for a brief moment. I think that's about everybody. Rick was there, but he's in Zoom, so.
That's really rude.
Greg was there, he's in Zoom. Tom K was there, thank you, Tom. Hope to see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's stream will be short and sweet. We'll see how that goes. So good night, guys. See you later.
I'm not in Zoom. I'm in Maryland.
Oh, I thought you were in Zoom.